We've got tips and recipes for healthy living. So for fun and inspiration, come and join us in the raw food world.
Welcome everybody, this is Matt Monarch with the Raw Food World TV show. Coming at you in Vilcabamba, Ecuador. And we've got a very, very special guest today. This time we're turning the tables and I am going to interview the Princess Goddess Green Dandelion Gila Stokes. How are you today?
Great.
Okay, so my first question is, how are you so perfect?
Baba.
Okay, I guess we could be more broad, I guess. Okay, so here we were, 300 pounds, 305 pounds,
295 pounds.
295 pounds, and now whatever. So, I mean, you must have had a lot of issues to become that weight, am I right?
I would concur.
Okay. So, how is it that now that you are in this relationship with me, you've somehow have like turned around everything and have become such like an epic spiritual being to where you detect drama at the spidget of a bimbop, and now like it's just like what happened there? What did like? How are you able to make such drastic extreme change like this?
Well, I think my desire for truth was and is the strongest component of everything that turned around in my life. Like before I stepped onto a raw food path, I was yearning for truth. You know, that was something I could identify that didn't feel like it was there in my life, and I wanted more of it. So some people might know, I found a community in Colombia who tell the absolute truth all the time. And this was before I went raw, and I was very big, and I was very miserable, I was always ill. And I found out about this community, and it just completely spoke to me, and I just wanted to go there. I wanted to be in this place where everybody speaks the absolute truth all the time. I just knew it would be completely revolutionary, and I would never come back if I went to live in that kind of place, because my whole perception of life would change. As it turned out, I didn't end up going to that place in Colombia, but it helped me to see what it was that I was looking for in my life. And so when raw food came along, I felt the same kind of energy from it. I felt like, wow, this is truth. You know, there's no pharmaceutical company sitting on top of the idea of me being a raw foodist. It feels like a universal truth. It just echoes in my being. And I want to do this. And so I started on this path as a raw foodist, and that felt like a doorway to just infinite change on every level. And truth just kept beckoning me in every direction I looked, and it was like peeling away the layers of an onion. You know, it was like, okay, so I've always done this way in my life, and why do I do it like that? And you know, peeling this away and peeling this away, and so many things. And at the core, it always seems to me like it's about the truth. You know, like that's the most important thing.
So it seemed to me that, I mean, like, to be a strong-willed person, I mean, you must have, like, not have been strong-willed to have gotten so big. And then all of a sudden, like, every last aspect of truth of your will and being just, like, all of a sudden came together out of nowhere to be, like, one of the strongest wills on the planet. Like, what is that?
I guess I don't really see it in terms of my will. I see it in terms of where I was directing my energy. And when I was on my way towards hitting 300 pounds, my strongest relationship in life was with food. You know, I'd pretty much shut out humans from my interactions, especially children or anybody who said anything about my weight or my health. You know, all my relationships with humans were really superficial, and the massive majority of my energy was being directed towards food all the time. And where was that leading me? You know, I was miserable. I was always feeling lonely and ill and It's like, you know, the saying, if you keep doing the same thing, you're going to keep getting the same results, right? So I didn't like the way I was living. And so when I chose to redirect my energy towards truth and these new pathways that were opening up for me, then it felt so much better, and the momentum kept flowing with that instead, because I was so excited about all the shifts that I was seeing in my life.
Okay. I mean, there's so many other 300-pound women who are not happy with what they're doing, and they continue to do what they're doing. They're getting the same results.
I don't think most of them try a raw food lifestyle.
I mean, a lot of people we know about it. They just...
Yeah, they choose not to do it.
Okay. My next question is, like, you know, there's certain ideals in society that everybody believes about and stuff. I don't know. Like, for example, when we're at the farmer's market and you've got, like, you're carrying, like, 50 pounds in each hand of yours, and I'm sitting there, like, with nothing. And I don't even, like, come up to, and there's certain times where I don't even come to help you. I just, like, watch you carry everything. Like, some women would expect a man to, like, take hold and, like, do something like that. Like, you still love me, and you don't have any expectations of me, like, coming and grabbing those bags from you. Maybe you could tell me a little bit about that, like, what's going on there. Because, I mean, some women would have just dumped me. I don't know. Okay, go on.
Well, I guess I'm used to carrying a lot of stuff, you know, whether it was physically in my own body or externally. You know, I always worked really hard, even when I was that big. I had a lot of physical labor jobs. I worked in greenhouses. I worked in big secondhand market areas, carrying furniture and working on farms and all kinds of things. You know, I was always pushing myself, and I was always active. So, you know, physically I was pretty strong, despite the fact that I was that big. So I guess, you know, I'm just used to it. I don't mind.
Okay, so, I mean, don't get me wrong. I help you out all the time when it's needed and when it's, like, ridiculously heavy with 50 pounds each. But sometimes it might just be, like, 20 pounds in each hand. You're totally fine. You're comfortable. You're not being bothered. And I'm sitting there with nothing. And, you know, it just seems normal. It's okay, it feels like, on both our parts. I mean, I can understand if you're carrying a mass and I don't do anything, you might get a little tinge inside of you. But, you know, so you don't think, like, that it's... So, like, when it's not that big of a deal for you, I mean, you don't, like, get any resentment towards me, do you, during this time?
It's your choice, you know? Where is your energy at? Where's your will at? And if that's not what you're choosing to do, then it's not what you're choosing to do, and I'm not going to try and force you.
So, is there resentment when it's, like, such small amount? No? Okay. Now, you guys, we're not talking about when there's, like, massive weight. You know, she's comfortable and stuff like that. So, okay, good to know. Okay, so the next question is... We're going to have to take a break. I don't even know. 1 second. Okay, I got it. We're going to ask a question like Angela asks. What's your favorite day of the week?
Thursday.
And what's your least favorite day of the week?
Monday.
Why is Thursday your favorite?
I was born on Thursday.
And that's why it's your favorite?
Yeah,
Any
it
other
feels
reason?
like good resonance.
Okay. Any other reason?
It's not at the beginning of the week, so it doesn't feel all crushed up. And it's not the weekend, it's just kind of in between.
And why is Monday your least favorite?
It's the busiest.
Left brain nonsense?
Yes. Lots of emails, lots of stress. She doesn't like it.
Thank you for coming on and letting me interview you.
Thank you for asking nice questions.
And who do we got there?
Angela's Text Monarch.
And Matt Monarch. And we'll see you again tomorrow at the Raw Food World TV show.
Thanks for joining us. We'll see you again at the Raw Food World.